Hey guys, welcome to this video here where we're going to map out minor triads on your bottom three strings. So if you've been trying to learn triads and put triads together, this video is going to help you with that. Okay, so let's get into it. The triads that we're going to be using, we're going to start with an A minor triad. And the first triad that we can play, easy one, is across the 5th fret. And that's a minor triad, and the root, the A, is on the 5th fret. Okay, and you'll see that over here. This is the tab, and here is the fingering, finger 1 across the 5th fret. Now these are movable too, right? So if we need to play a minor triad using this shape, we can just move it. Let's say if I move it to the 7th fret, the note on the 7th fret of the first string is a B. So now it becomes a B minor triad. And if I moved it to the 8th fret, there's a C on the 8th fret of the first string. So now it becomes a C minor triad. So we could take this one shape and play a minor chord, a minor triad, meaning 3 notes, on any fret on the bottom 3 strings. For today, we're going to use it for A minor. That's the first shape. Now for an A minor triad, there are 3 notes. Those notes would be A, C, and E. Now they're actually in a different order here, but as long as you have an A, C, and E, you always have an A minor triad. So one of the other shapes that we'll get to will be this shape. We've got E, A, and C, E, A, and C. And then we've got another shape over here, A, C, and E. So anytime we have a combination of those 3 notes, A, C, and E, we have an A minor triad. And more specifically, here's A minor, A, C, and E. And we call the A the root. The C is the minor third because it's 3 half steps away from the root. And then we have the E, which is the perfect 5th, which is 3 whole steps and a half step away from the root. So minor triad equals root, minor third, perfect 5th. So we have 3 versions of A minor. A minor here, we'll get to these other ones in a second. Okay, but these are the 3 forms that we're going to use in this study here. So the first thing is we want to put some rhythm or groove to it so we can use it in a musical context. So the rhythm, I'm going to strum on beat 1, mute on beat 2, strum again on the end of 2, and then mute again by putting my pick and hand on the strings to mute the sound. So with a drum track alone, that sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay? So practice that along with me. Just rewind the video back and make sure you've got that rhythm down because we're going to use that as we start moving chords around. Now the next thing we need in order to make all these chords accessible to us so that we can play them effortlessly and freely when we're jamming out is we need a chord structure or a chord progression. So we've got an A minor chord. And we can play that for 2 bars. As you see here, it's 2 bars of A minor. Then I'm going to switch to a D minor chord for 2 bars. I'm going to use this shape. It's going to be fret 7, 6, and 5. Again on strings 3, 2, and 1. Now this gives us D minor. We got D is the root, F is the minor third, and A is the perfect 5th. This equals a D minor chord. Okay, so we want to apply the same rhythm to the D minor chord. So that would sound like this. We'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. playing with me. Here we go. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, so same rhythm, but now using the D minor chord. So now with our chord structure, let's say our song is an A minor chord for 2 bars. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and then we switch to the D minor chord. We just alternate back and forth. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3. Then D minor and. Okay, so that's our structure. You need a chord structure that is a musical entity, part of a song, just a chord progression, so that we can apply these triads to them. So that's how you really get them under your fingers and can use them easily and accessibly. And when you encounter other songs that use the same chords, you've already got these things worked out. So when you play other songs that use the chords, you already know what to play and what to do with them. So that's important for how we practice this. Now let's try it with a backing track here, going from A minor to D minor, and just alternating between those 2 chord voicings. And a voicing is the order of the notes that are played. In this case, we have C, E, and A for an A minor chord. So voicing is just the order of the notes. Here are our voicings, A minor and then D minor. Notice that they share the A. So they share a note. So we try this progression with the backing track here. Let's play it together here. I'll count it in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now D minor and. Back to A minor and. Minor and. Yeah, A minor again. D minor. Okay, one more time. A minor. D minor and. Yeah, we'll just end on A minor and. So that was 4 times through the progression. Okay, now that should be a goal that you hit. You want to make sure that whatever you're practicing, that you can repeat it successfully at least 4 times. What that does is it builds the muscle memory and it develops your skills. It also allows us to track our progress. So I know if I'm practicing, if I can't repeat something 4 times in a row, then if I'm trying to jam with other musicians and play what I want, it's likely I'm not going to be able to play whatever the thing is that I'm trying to develop. So I need to make sure I can play something at least 4 times in a row in time, in a groove, because that's what's going to happen when I jam or play with other musicians or just jam out to a backing track or whatever, because music is in time. So we want to be able to do at least 4 times in a row. So that was the first exercise, A minor to D minor. Now the next thing is we can take those same 2 chords and we can play them with different voicings, so a different order of the notes. So let's take a look here at the next voicings. So the next voicing for A minor, we have this, 9, 10, 8. We get E, A, and C. So that's A minor in this configuration. Now the next closest D minor chord, all I have to do is bar the 10th fret. And that's the D minor chord. Remember, use that same shape to play A minor. But now I'm using it to play D minor. Okay, so these two chords are close together. That's another important thing. We want to keep the chords close together so we can transition smoothly between each chord. Okay? And again, same rhythm will be applied. So I'm going to demonstrate using the track here. So we get this. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, and 3, 4. 3, 4, and excuse me, D minor, and can't fall asleep. So you go A minor. 3, 4. Now D minor, and back to A minor. Yeah, try it out. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4, and D minor, and yeah, here we go again. Yeah, I'm just going to end on the A minor, and okay, so A minor to D minor in this area. So what we're doing here is now we're giving ourselves a couple options to play the chords. We started here, A minor to D minor here. Now we can go here. So this is allowing us to diversify our playing so we have more options and it's more interesting for us and also for the listener. We give them some variation to what we're playing and it gives some interest to the listener as well. All right, so now the third place that we can play our triads is going to be higher up on the fretboard. And I'm going to use the A minor chord here. 14, 13, 12, using this configuration. Okay, and we used this originally for D minor down here. So the idea is with these three shapes that I'm showing you today, you can use them for any chord if you know where to move them. The key is, though, you've got to play them in a chord progression, in a musical context with a groove, because you need to train yourself to be able to think in time to be able to actually move a chord when you're playing music. So we need to be able to do this in time and in a context for it to actually sink in. So we've got A minor, and now using this shape, the D minor shape. I say D minor because it comes from an open D minor chord, but don't worry too much about that. We use this shape here, 14, 15, 13, and now it's D minor. We used this for A minor in the previous example. The root note on this voicing is on the second string. There's an A here on fret 10 of the second string. So if I want to use it for D minor, there's a D on the 15th fret. So now it becomes a D minor chord. Of course, if I moved it down to second, third, and first fret, the D is here. So it's an also D minor. They're just an octave apart. So using these voicings, same rhythm with the progression would sound like this. We'll try that out. So we get 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the D minor. Back to A minor and D minor. Back to A minor. D minor. back to A minor. That was 4 times through that chord progression. So again, 4 times to me is a minimum amount of times that I would need to play something and make sure that I can play it successfully to know I'm developing the skills. So I'll be able to recall the information and be able to play it again in the future, and also be able to use it in a jam situation, playing with other people or a backing track. If I can't play 4 times, then I either need to slow down the tempo so I have more time to get to where I need to, or I need to simplify something. So maybe taking out the next strum or the next attack and just keeping it more simple so I can move to the next chord. Whatever it is, you either need to simplify or slow down or both to maintain the high level of accuracy and be able to hit at least 4 repetitions. Because if you're not doing that, it's going to be very difficult to get those things under your fingers. So hopefully that was kind of easy enough for you to move between those 3 examples. And what this allows you to do is when you're playing chords in a jam situation, now you can move between each example. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate that. Now, when you're moving, you don't have to do it as rapidly, as I just did it there. I'll usually wait, maybe after a couple repetitions to switch the voicing. So let me give you an example of what you can try out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the D minor. I'm going to do it again. Back to D minor. Now I'm going to move the next A minor over here now. So D minor over here. Back to the A minor. And I'm going to switch to the next A minor. And the D minor over here. A minor. And then the D minor. And I'll just end on the A minor. And okay, so I played each example that we covered so far twice in each region that we've covered. And that's a good exercise. And then eventually you can kind of expand from there. You may move around more rapidly. Maybe you change the rhythm pattern. There's different things that you can do. But really, when I'm playing different ideas, I'm really thinking about how does it enhance the musical situation. A lot of times I'll start kind of like, simple, leaving a lot of space for the other players to play and share their ideas, so I'm not overshadowing them, but I'm supporting them, and I want to enhance the musical situation. So I'll start simply, but then I want to kind of build and tell the story as I go along. So I'm going to do a last final demonstration here. I'm going to speed up the tempo here at about 90 beats per minute. And now I'm just going to improvise using all those voicings. I'm going to change things up just to give you an idea of where you can go with this. So let me play that for you here. Okay, so those are some examples of what you can do. And it's kind of a game. You know, as I'm trying to move around, I'm trying to play things that are repetitive so that they're building a theme and sound cohesive. So I'm trying to repeat myself, but it can be kind of a juggling act. You notice sometimes I actually miss the change going to D minor. It's actually okay if I sat on the A minor chord. It doesn't sound terrible. But I'm just trying to play these games and see how I can broaden out using some of the ideas. So of course there's more techniques that can be involved, but I encourage you to experiment, try things out once you've got the basics down. Make sure that you've got repetitions going, so you're hitting numbers, 4 repetitions or so, at least maybe 8 to get it into your muscle memory. Keep things slow and build the speed up as you get more comfortable, as you get more proficient. And I hope you have fun doing this. So guys, I appreciate you watching this video. Hope this served you well. Hope this gave you some ideas of how to go about triads. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful or there's anything that you have questions about. Happy to hear from you. Want to learn more about what I can do to help you guys. Thanks again for watching. My name is Matt Friedland from the 360 Music System. See you guys in the next video.